Have you ever come across a resource online or a website and thought, I would love to use this in my class, but it isn't exactly kid-friendly? Well, this Google Chrome extension called Insert Learning completely solves that problem. As you can see from this quick preview, Insert Learning allows you to add comprehension questions where there are sentence stems or question stems that are related to different standards. You could also add sticky notes and embed videos or Quizlet practice onto the web page. You can highlight text and you can even start a discussion. So not only is it free, but it allows you to differentiate for each student. You can have video on the page. You can have auditory directions on the page. You can also use authentic sources that you wouldn't be able to use before because they weren't kid-friendly. And you can have kids respond directly to the test or the text and monitor that in real time and really have kids annotate and engage while they read. Also, you can embed Flipgrid, YouTube, Quizlet, and Edpuzzle onto the page. It's really wonderful. This is the handout that was created. Please follow the left-hand side to sign up and download the Google Chrome extension before finishing this video. After you have downloaded the extension, you should see this purple icon at the top right-hand corner of your browser. This allows you to manipulate any website or article and assign it to a class. Before we do that, let me show you what a article would look like if it was already manipulated through Insert Learning. So here is this article. It's called Female Ranger Graduates Put on Spotlight on Gender in the U.S. or Put Spotlight on Gender in the U.S. Army. So before I manipulated this, it was just the paragraphs, this paragraph, that paragraph, and this paragraph. And these, without any of these tools inserted. So the first thing I did was I inserted a video using the sticky note option. I also inserted a Quizlet practice with all the vocabulary words that I thought would be unfamiliar, so kids could practice these vocabulary words before reading. And I have a pre-thinking question. I have highlighted texts. I have reading comprehension questions. Another style of reading comprehension questions. There's some more. And finally, a discussion. Let's look at how we might manipulate an article. First step is you need to find an article. I have a wonderful article about video games. I think the kids would be really interested in it. So let's click on this Insert Learning tab. Two things should pop up. One, this purple sidebar and choosing a lesson template. For now, let's click the general lesson template, but look at all these different templates that they have. They're adding more and more templates every day of a nonfiction, recognizing bias, science in the media, website evaluation. You can also suggest a template. If we click on the general template, a new tab will come up. This is a wonderful thing. There's a wonderful video that you can use, and it also suggests some instructions that you can embed, gives a video that you might want to embed, and it has some text-dependent questions for just a general reading comprehension. If I wanted to use a different template, what would happen? Let's say I wanted to do recognizing bias. This one isn't as developed, but a new tab will pop up and it has some standard-based question stems that can help you create the most effective lesson you can. But let's go back to that general lesson template. These instructions are awesome and I want to use them. So I'm going to highlight them, copy and paste them, and go back here. I know I'm still in Instant Learning because this purple tab has come up. And if I want to insert directions, I'm going to click Sticky Note. It is highlighted, and then I'll highlight the title, right? So I could paste the directions in there, and I could also film myself giving the directions for those auditory or visual learners. I could also go back to the general lesson template, and let's click on this video. This is a YouTube screencast just like the one I am giving you or you're watching right now, and but it's for students to tell them really how to work this. So you don't have to do it. We can copy and paste this link, go back to our article, and let's maybe add another sticky note. And I pasted that link and it embedded the video right there, which is awesome. I could also go through and highlight some words that I think might be unfamiliar to my students. Maybe amendment, maybe regulation, maybe sway. And I could put another sticky note, oops, sorry, in, and put it right here, and maybe put a Quizlet. Oh my goodness. Quizlet link right here. Or I could put a YouTube link if I wanted to. I could basically put anything here if I put a link. So the sticky notes are great for that. The highlighting text is wonderful, and you can also do things like insert a question. So if I wanted to insert a question, I could press here, highlight the paragraph I want to ask the question after, and I can select a question stem. You can also check the general text-dependent questions here to see if you like any of those, or maybe even the ones in recognizing bias. You could write your own question. You can choose the text stem, and you have the choice. So let's say identify the main idea. I can create it, and if I want to put this into a multiple choice question, I can type here and go A, this, B, this, etc. Oops, see, it already adds the letters, so what I'm going to do is edit that, maybe delete and start over. Can do a question stem here, create this one, or this one. Great, and then you would select the right answer, obviously. You can also insert discussions. Do you think the okay, here's one, and I can create, and I can choose if I want all my classes to access it or only some of my classes to, and the students can post a response. There are tons of other ways that you can manipulate the page using these tools. The most versatile, of course, is the sticky note, but the highlighter tool, you could highlight a sentence in the text, ask a question about that specific question or sentence that you highlighted. If you press the ... there are lots of different things. You can share with other teachers, you can edit it, and you can even view as the students, but the most important one is assign to students. So you click this button, and you will pick which class you want to assign it to. If you haven't created any of your classes, you could create a new class here, and remember you can always manage the things that you assign or your classes or your grades by clicking this button on a blank page. And here you can see all the lessons you have ever created, grades, and you can manage each class right here. And finally, this public library is a wonderful place where you can see what other people are doing with Insert Learning and how they are manipulating and even take their lesson. Sharing is caring. If you have any questions, please refer to this Insert Learning handout and email me at ajkarinsky@gmail.com, and I can help you with any problems you have. Thank you.